this video, we're going to show you how to replace a lower control arm with a ball joint on your Honda Pilot. Let's get started. Using a 19mm socket, remove the 5 lug nuts. Remove the wheel. Remove the cotter pin out of the ball joint. Using a 19mm wrench, loosen the ball joint nut. Remove the ball joint nut. Separate the ball joint from the knuckle. I'm going to be using a ball joint removal tool. Separate the ball joint using a pry bar with a hook, and we're going to hook the hook around the lower control arm. We're going to pry down, pulling the lower ball joint out of the knuckle. Using a 19 and a 23mm socket, the 23mm to hold the nut, the 19 for the head of the bolt. We're going to remove the front lower control arm bolt. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to remove the rear bolt on the lower control arm. Remove the bolt. Pull down on the lower control arm. We're going to pull it out of the front, swing it to the rear, and remove it from the car. On the new lower control arm, it should have been shipped with a plastic cover around the ball joint. To remove this, take off the castle nut, remove the plastic, and then the arm is ready to install. To install the arm, we're going to do the same as removal. We're going to get the back started. And I'm going to put one bolt in there and get it in just a few threads. We're going to swing the arm down, push it up into place for this front mount. Using a soft face hammer, I'm going to tap in the middle of the control arm to help seat the front control arm bushing. We'll get our bolt started and thread our nut on a few threads. Get the ball joint seated in the knuckle. Install the castle nut onto the ball joint. Using a wrench, torque the ball joint nut to 51 foot-pounds. And then up to an additional 60 degrees or until a slot in the castle nut lines up with a hole in the ball joint to put your cotter pin through. Install the cotter pin and bend it around. And you can cut off the ends if you'd like. Using a jack, we're going to load the vehicle's suspension. We're doing this so we can torque the lower control arm bolts without having the car on the ground. Torque the lower control arm bolts to 69 foot-pounds. With your bolts torqued, go ahead and remove your jack. Install the wheel, get the 5 lug nuts started. snug them down. Torque your wheels to 80 foot-pounds in a star pattern. Once you're done with this job, take your car to a local shop and have them do an alignment.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.